Aries, welcome back to Steampunk Psyche. If you are brand new to the channel or cross-watching, I am JT, and I appreciate you being here. Hit that thumbnail, come in and check out the channel. If you are a returning subscriber, I want to say thank you so very much for sticking it out with me, okay? Thanks for being a part of this community. We're going to do a general reading, and so the energies may apply with you, they may not, so don't try to force anything. I do like to remain consistent, so I don't try to veer off from the integrity of the cards. So if you're looking for a sugar-coated kind of a dreamy reading, this may not be the place for you, okay? So just keep that in mind. I like to let the tarot cards tell the story. So Aries, what's the story going to be today? I got some brand new cards here, and they are so stiff, and they're kind of difficult to try to shuffle, but I'll get it going here. You can skip past this if you'd like, get right straight into the reading, or if you want to stick around, we'll see what's going to take place. We're going to take a look now at your present energy, and we've got the Queen of Wands, okay? So a definite feminine energy here. It doesn't have to be feminine, but if my camera will focus in, she's a beautiful person. You could be a beauty queen. Beautiful. Gorgeous. But emotionally grounded, nurturing spirit kind of a person, a giver, you know. You can receive as well too, you know, and sometimes that's kind of like one of those hard things to do in life, you know, being able to accept gifts and things. But I think you have learned this way about you, that you're capable of, when you accept something from someone, you also try to bring them up and make them feel good. So I kind of feel like that's the energy that we're kind of looking at with you here. We're going to take a look at your crossing challenge now, okay? The crossing challenge card is the Nine of Wands, okay? The Nine of Wands. So there is a restlessness taking place, okay? And I feel like somebody may be taking advantage of your generosity in the Queen of Wands. I feel like this is a masculine as a crossing challenge. The wounded warrior, right? You've been there, done that. And I feel like with all those wands there, that is, you know, your life that has taken place. That could be relationships, you know, marriages, or children involved, you know, that type of scenario where these are the battles and the struggles and the stripes and the things, you know. You've got that wounded warrior, but you're showing up as a person who is still capable, very capable. But that being your crossing challenge, this could be somebody, and I feel like it's a masculine in your way, that maybe that you're aware of, that kind of, you know, normally I wouldn't say this, but the way this fell with the Queen of Wands being the first one, and then another Nine of Wands, there's definitely a fiery energy there, okay? So any of the fire signs could apply here, but I feel like there's a definite masculine in the way. But we're going to take a look now and keep going and see what shows up, okay? We're going to take a look at the foundation for Aries, okay? What's lying in the subconscious? What's lying underneath here that Aries is dealing with right now? This could be pretty specific to some particular person or people, so keep that in mind, you guys. Aries, what's lying underneath here? We're going to go with that. We got the King of Wands energy. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. There's a masculine. There is definitely some kind of a masculine that you are looking at, feeling around for. This could be a soul commitment is what I'm kind of getting. A mirroring effect with the Nine of Wands. Okay. Yeah, this King of Wands energy is another beautiful person. This is, you know, this is that Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt, beautiful babies kind of a scenario here. It doesn't have to be like that. I'm just trying to use an example of two beautiful people. You know, I find, you know, Brad Pitt's pretty handsome man, and Angelina Jolie is kind of that beautiful woman or feminine. But any kind of a power dynamic couple is what I'm getting at. There is definitely a power dynamic couple taking place. This could be a twin flame situation. But I'm kind of getting with the Wounded Warrior Nine of Wands that this is a mirrored thing, but we're going to find out. We're going to keep going, okay? All right, Aries, let's look at the recent past, okay? What's the recent past look like for Aries here? Okay, we got the Ace of Wands. So yeah, we are definitely talking about this relationship, okay? This relationship had the it had the fire, had the juice. I feel like this is, you know, people dreaming about each other at night, in the dark places, in the quiet, in the secretive places. The Ace of Wands is also an emotional clarity as well. Perhaps that you are becoming aware that this person may be twin flame, or definitely a high soul mate person. You can't get them off your mind, type of scenario. With the Wands being that, you know, kind of a eureka moment where you wake up and realize there's something about this relationship that is continuing to draw me in, or continuing. I keep thinking, and like I said, I still feel this mirror image. I'm going to keep going and find out what's lying underneath here, but I kind of feel like that's the situation here. We're going to take a look at the possibilities for Aries here. What's the possibilities now? Cards are just so slick. Come on, Aries, what's the story? Oop. We had more than one. We had 3 cards come out. The Lovers is one of them. I'll show you these up close. Justice is the next one. And the Devil card shows up, okay? All right, this is definitely, I'm getting the vibe of a twin flame journey. Somebody could be on this journey. Yeah, really cool. Okay, and interesting because like I said, from the very beginning, I got with that Nine of Wands being your crossing challenge. I feel like I said it was mirrored. Okay, so when we have the Devil card, there is definitely something about it that is, there's something about it that you're chained to, and that could be like the, you know, with that Nine of Wands energy, boundaries that are starting to take place. It's that push-pull retreat situation going on where there's the attachment styles that you're starting to recognize, the ego death you're starting to recognize. Keep in mind, you guys, the twin flame journey is not necessarily always about that coming together with that other person. Now, I know people don't like to hear that. There's just too much shit on the internet about that. And the thing about it is it's not really the true thing. You come into alignment with yourself. Your divine masculine, your divine feminine comes together. They're of the same energy. We're used to thinking in terms of duality. Well, that's not the twin flame journey. The twin flame journey is about the oneness coming together. And so you could be dying this ego death. I feel like the partner on this, the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands, are both mirroring and mimicking each other. One time I will call, she won't respond, or she'll respond, I won't call. It's that back and forth. You're projecting each other's energies back and forth, and I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that with the Justice card. Okay, so the Justice card talks about this balance right in between. It's trying to balance out those two energies together. Okay, we could be talking about Libra as well here in your energy, but it doesn't have to be that. But I feel like with the Justice card, we're definitely talking about. We're talking about that. It's when you're in the middle of this. There's not like a fairness of it. It's like, how come that person doesn't realize how much I love them? You may not even be with this person. I kind of feel like this is, like I said, it's a mirrored effect. And I feel like with the Lovers card, you may know this person. You guys may have like a really on-off relationship. Sometimes you're on, sometimes you're off. But yeah, the Lovers, represents that bond of friendship. It's people want to think that this is the ultimate, twin flame or soul connection or, type of card. But the truth is it's about that relationship with yourself. Okay. And also it does represent the Lovers. Don't get me wrong. But when it's laying out like this, with the devil, then justice, and then the lovers, it's talking about the mutuality of this, okay, and a mirroring, definite mirroring effect. So I do feel like this is maybe a twin flame situation, or if not, a very high powered soul contract. So the devil is in there, that shows that there is definitely a lustful. It's a very powerful. Could have woken Kundalini within you, and if you, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of that, but understanding about Shakti, understanding about Yin Yang, understanding about those coming together. When we are in this journey, it's usually derives from the lower chakras, okay, which is a lower energy. Doesn't mean it's a negative energy. It just means it's a lower energy. So Kundalini awakens, and it's supposed to rise up with Shakti, and meet. They're joining. They're coming together in union. Okay, and that's where a lot of that twin flame and stuff comes from. And like I said, without getting into too much information about that, but so I feel like this may be a mirrored effect. Both of you are rising up into your higher selves. And I know that's like, okay, that's kind of a generic scenario, but here's the thing. It's that you don't want to repeat relationships from your past. You're dying the death of the karmic relationships. And that doesn't just have to apply to lovers, okay? That could apply to any relationship. Karmic in nature is talking about the higher self realizing that emotionally it's unfulfilled, okay? So I kind of feel like these are definitely rising up into the heart space areas where you're feeling the loneliness, the sadness from not being with this person. But I feel like it's definitely mirrored, okay? So I'm going to keep rolling, and we're going to check out some more on that. That's the possibilities. We're going to take a look now at the near future for Aries. What does the near future look like for Aries here? Okay, we have the strength. Yeah, once again, the near future, near future is talking about strength. We could be talking about Leo energy, but it doesn't have to be. But it could be somebody who's a Leo in your timeline as well, or who you're waiting for, or who's chaser, runner, whatever aspect. But it's definitely that patience. It's that nurturing generosity, and that's part of the twin flame journey: is nurturing, pulling back yourself. The strength shows up to say, "Hey, to be the magnetic person that you're supposed to be." You have to turn your cheek. You've got to turn the other way. You've got to turn away from it because you're seeking the validation from that person, even though that's a hard thing to do. And it's a very challenging situation with justice, with the lovers, with the devil. The devil could show up also to represent that for you. It's like saying, look, you feel like your world will change if that person was just here. And this is a hard damn thing to hear. So Aries, stick with me, please. You feel like the validation from that person would make everything right. And of course it would, right? Of course that's the end result. That's the magician. That's the manifesting vision. But you forget that it's the journey along the way. And so in order to not repeat those same karmic patterns, you have to heal things. And that's what makes you both magnetic. That's what makes one magnetically drawn to the other one, so that you come together. And when you both are working on this, and I do feel this is definitely mirrored with the Ace of Wands, and then when the King of Wands, your crossing challenge being that Nine of Wands, okay? So there's injured aspects of both of you guys. I say guys, this could be a same-sex situation as well. I'm not disincluding anybody, but yeah, you're both mirroring those same aspects. So you got to hold with it. You got to hang with it. Okay. Let the healing do what it's supposed to do. In other words. All right. So we're going to take a look now at the self. So Aries, how are you showing up in this? What is your stance on this? Divine masculine, divine feminine. What is your stance on all of this? That's too many. I can't do that. Sorry about that, you guys. We'll give it again. What is your stance? How are you showing up? Okay, the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups, you're showing up as that love, okay? It's divine. It is definitely a very high-powered couple, okay? A high-powered dynamic. The Ace of Cups. It's breathing love no matter what you're doing, mainly into yourself. That is the lesson of the Strength card. Compassion, patience, timing. It's understanding those things. And when we get impatient, that's where it hurts. That's where we struggle the most. You know, yeah, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. What does the environment look like around Aries right now? What's the environment around Aries? All right, we have the Queen of Cups. Yeah. So it's definitely nurturing yourself, right? It's taking care of yourself. So whoever this is, I feel like you're both doing the work, okay? This is definitely mirrored. This is definitely high-powered soulmate. Definitely twin flame, if that's, if you resonate with that situation. But you're both doing the work, and I feel like there's a union definitely coming into play here. So communication's coming in too, because my phone just went off. I don't believe in coincidences. So we're going to take a look now at the hopes, the fears, the wishes, and the worries for Aries. The hopes, the fears, the wishes, and the worries for Aries. Okay, we got the Six of Wands. So there's definitely a celebration, a union. That's what I just said. That is so awesome. Sorry about that. My camera's not really wanting to pick that up. But this is a union card of coming together, a celebration. Six of Wands, okay? That's pretty powerful. It's all about the timing, you guys. I feel like it's right there, about to happen. There is a hint of, like I said, a little bit of impatience, waiting. You've waited patiently, and it's like, okay, universe, what the hell? Sorry about that. Yeah, what's going on? When is this going to take place? But there is definitely a celebration about to take place. So the Six of Wands, I would not have been surprised. Two of Cups showing up, Four of Wands showing up. It may still happen, but we'll take a look. You know what I'm saying? All right. So hopes, fears, wishes, and worries. Now we're going to take a look at what the outcome and direction is for Aries. The outcome and the direction for Aries. The World card. Things are about to change. Cycle of change, it's coming. Okay? I feel like this is wish fulfilled, Definitely the World card talks about the beginning of one part of your life and the ending of old patterns, karmic patterns, the traditions of things. Aries, I would like to go ahead and clarify with one more card. I want to clarify the World card. Is this change going to be a recent, coming up? How quickly are we talking about? Because I feel like this is about to take place. Somebody's about to come into union. Okay? Let me clip you back on my card so you can watch me shuffle here. Aries, what is about to take place? Outcome and direction. Let's clarify this World card for Aries. When is this union going to take place? With the Three of Wands. Your ship's coming in. Okay? This is the action card. This is I've made an investment and it is coming in. Okay? With all these cards lining up this way, I just feel like that is what the Three of Wands is representing in this situation. Three of Wands is past the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is I am making a decision that I would like to move out and away from the stable environment that I've got. That could be like interior of your mind saying, my mind always tricks me into thinking that it's unsafe. Okay. So I'm making a decision to go, I no longer want to stay in that safe zone, and I want to move forward with something else. The Three of Wands is I have already took action, okay? So I feel like with this Three of Wands energy, it's saying somebody's about to come to you with some action. Somebody's about to text you, call you, see you, visit you, whatever it is, in this explanation. This is a chiming of the resonance with this Three of Wands is like you both were going to sit down and have this conversation that's going to go something like this. I was feeling this way. Oh, no shit. I was feeling the same way. I've been thinking about you and dreaming about you. Oh my God, I've been dreaming about you too. Bob just keeps going and going and going. Aries, I don't want to give you a time frame. But with the Three of Wands, we're talking, this could be anywhere from 3 weeks, 3 months from now, 3 days from now. Okay. But the three is significant in this situation. Remember your crossing challenge being that Nine of Wands, that warrior spirit. You've been there. You've done that. Okay. I've got some walls up. Some boundaries are up now and divinely protected. You've got the Ace of Wands with it's a mutual divine offering. Okay. It's an emotional offering. It's a divine intervention of emotions, clarity. Okay. You had the Lovers, right? You had the Justice card, justice prevailing, and the Devil card that sat in the middle to remind you about these. It's set in between the Lovers and it's set in between justice. So it's reminding you that relationship and justice right there, the boundaries in between relationship and justice, okay? To remind yourself about that with continual strength and patience, because you had the Strength card, and then it followed with the Ace of Cups and love. So nurturing thine self, right? Remaining in that, and when you do that, this energy, I feel like it's right there. You're about to witness within the 3 day, the 3 week, 3 month, the Three of Wands energy with that. So definitely union coming in. Okay. Aries, really cool. I mean, it's really cool. I appreciate this reading. I believe you both are on the same page. You're both doing the work. And that is divine. If most of you don't understand, it's hard. It's hard doing this work. It's hard to pull away from someone, especially that you really, really care about. They're nonstop on your energy, right? And so that push-pull retreat is not fun. It is not enjoyable. But I feel like union's about to take place, Aries. I hope you got something from this. I hope it's confirmation. If you liked it, thumb it up. Check out the last video I did, the Spiritual Awakening one in my collective playlist. I will leave it here. But I talk about my personal spiritual awakening, just kind of a brief summary about it. I don't really get into a whole lot of details, but maybe some of this might chime with you, in other words, and just kind of help confirm and letting the universe kind of guide you further, okay? All right, Aries, I love you. I appreciate you. I hope you gotten something, from this reading. And if you did, let me know, okay? All right, I love you, and we'll see you on the next one. All right, bye-bye.